All right, guys, so what are we working on today? It is April 2026. Hope everybody's having a good spring. This is my 1988 928 S4 manual. I haven't done a lot of videos on this car in the last few years, simply because it's been actually running quite well. I spent a lot of money on it since 2019. In the last 7 years I've owned it, and every time I work on it, just keeps getting a little bit better and a little bit better. So today is a catch-up video on a pretty significant maintenance milestone, if you will. I'm actually replacing the timing belt on the car. As you guys know, it needs to be done about every 5 to 7 years approximately. And I was mentally preparing for it. This is the second time I've done a timing belt on a 928, and so it takes a little bit of mentally getting ready for it. But as you can see, the old belt is off. Took probably half a day, I don't know, thereabouts, to do it. I was taking my time, making sure everything lined up, top dead center, and getting everything out of the way, harnesses and what have you. So as you can see, the old belt is off. And when I bought this car, actually, it had the Porsche tensioner on it, which is right here. And so I removed it. I checked the torque on the two bolts here this morning, making sure that they were torqued to spec. This is the 24 foot-pounds. This is just 17. At the same time, I thought, let me go ahead and get a few things looking a little bit better. So here's my crank pulley that I painted in the factory orange, and then I put the markings for advanced and retarded timing back on it. So that came out pretty nice. I also painted the timing belt covers here. These are aluminum. Painted those, and then I also have a bunch of brand new yellow zinc grade 10.9 bolts that'll go in when I reinstall everything. Here's the old belt here, and miscellaneous stuff that has to come out as part of this maintenance. Of course, here's your distributor caps. And here's the Audi tensioner that is part of the Porsche tensioner kit. This, of course, I had to compress it in my vise to get the piston back down. That's the only way I'm going to be able to reinstall it and get good tension on that belt. One thing that I really wanted to share with you guys as part of the service, it's really a good time to do it, even though it may sound a bit agonizing and it's a bit expensive, but it is the front engine wiring harness. This is something that I've been wanting to do for many years, and you guys are gonna chuckle when you see this. I actually bought this replacement harness, this new harness, back in October of 2019. I bought it from Carl at 928 Motorsports when he was still in business. And as you can see, back then I paid $755. He was nice enough to give me $30 off because I bought a lot of stuff from him over the years. And so I actually, for the first time, I just cut the bag it came in and unraveled the new front engine harness. Took sort of the coil out of it, let it breathe a bit, and it's ready to go in, and it's really nice and supple. Everything is nicely wired as well, so you know what goes where. It's pretty straightforward, actually. Here's the original harness that I took out of the car last night, and it's quite crispy, I guess is the best way to describe it. A lot of these harnesses are subjected to significant heat under the hood from that V8. My car's in Texas, so it gets pretty crispy here in the summertime. So ambient temperature, engine temperature, the harness takes a kicking. And over the years, the wires just tend to deteriorate. I'm going to illustrate that by showing you the corrosion. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a corrosion that is green, and you can see the insulation over the wires as they're starting to deteriorate. So that's an indication that there's probably a higher degree of resistance in this harness. I should actually test the resistance and compare the two. I might do that before I install the new one. And then you can see the owner that I bought this car from, he went and rewrapped this particular harness, which goes to the ABS, in this blue insulation, which is fine. It helps protect it. So I'm certainly appreciative that he was on top of that. But really what you're doing is you're just wrapping deteriorating wires in a new insulation. The wires under here are very, very brittle. And it does affect how the car runs. You can see, let's see, on my, here's deteriorated insulation. This is for the alternator here. And on the air temp, you can see how the wires look. They're barely hanging on by a few copper strands. And this particular harness, this goes to the air intake sensor on the manifold. This one and this guy, they're very, very crispy. And you can see it's been rewrapped and anyway, if you feel like your car is just not performing like it should, if you do the timing belt, that's a perfect time to replace your original harness with a new one. These are available, and so I certainly encourage any owner to replace their engine harnesses. Again, it's about $800, a few hours of work. For me, the hardest part of removing the original harness was getting these loop D clamps off the car. Once I got those free, everything just pulled out from the front. Once you loosen up the alternator and the starter. Now on my car, I upgraded the starter and the alternator. So I've upgraded all the components, but yet all the wiring that connects everything, it was still the original stuff. So the end components were brand new, upgraded, and great, but the harness that carried electricity to those components was, almost 40 years old, 38 years old. So I'm quite excited to see what difference the new harness makes. This is a plug and play, by the way, and everything is the exact length, and it should just bolt right in. Just take your time and just fish it through all the nooks and crannies in the engine bay and under the chassis. And don't forget to install the supporting harness clamps, and everything should go back really well. So anyway, I wanted to just share my thoughts on that. My car from time to time would give a little trouble to start, and then once it started, I would have to keep my foot on the gas pedal for a couple of minutes, and then it would settle down to a nice healthy idle. So it was pretty temperamental and cold is what I'm saying. Once it warmed up, the car ran really well. And so I'm just hoping that the new harness makes a big difference in the cold start, but just overall performance of the car. So anyway, I've always said the 928 is my favorite car. It's a gem. It's one of those cars that I wish I actually bought earlier. but I'm certainly glad that I've got almost 10 years of ownership now under my belt, and I've really enjoyed ownership. The car has been wonderful to own, and it gets what it needs, and I want to keep it mechanically healthy. And so anyway, wanted to share this update video for you guys, and I hope you guys are all out enjoying and loving up on your 928s, and there'll be more to come. All the best. Take care. Bye.